What's good? What's good, man? Let's get into it. The Syndrome is back. The Syndrome series is back once again. I still need to make playlists for all these series I started. There's a lot of series I gotta go back and start up on, but the Syndrome is back, and and this is actually poetic justice. You know why? Because I did an Eli Manning syndrome video. Eli Manning syndrome series. And, now I'm making a Peyton Manning syndrome series. You know what I'm saying? And this pertains to Peyton Manning, what I've been saying in my videos, for what I've been saying on my live streams about Peyton Manning. First of all, I want to say Peyton Manning is one of my favorite players in the NFL. He's one of my dad's favorite players in the NFL, RIP. So I have nothing against Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is one of my favorite players. He's one of my favorite players in the NFL. So I have nothing bad or wrong to say about Peyton Manning. Here's the problem with Peyton Manning, and a lot of people who grew up back then, or even people who watched Peyton Manning back in the early 2010s, saw this. Peyton Manning had a occurring how can I put it? He had a currency of always in the regular season choking up and losing in the second round or losing in the first round. I think someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think Peyton Manning's like 0-9, or like he's like 2-9, or he has like some losing record in the first round. And this is where the syndrome video comes in. Peyton Manning is the definition of a robotic quarterback. He's a very robotic quarterback, which Peyton Manning is one of the smartest quarterbacks to ever set foot on a football field. No question about it. Ask any defensive player, ask any quarterback, ask any coach that coached with him or coached against him. Ask any defensive coordinator that coached with him or coached against him. Peyton Manning is one of the smartest quarterbacks to ever step foot on the football field. He can read defense. There's a reason why Omaha became a big thing. Everybody kept chanting Omaha. I remember when I played football, the quarterbacks who play quarterback, or even just playing on the field with your friends, they always scream Omaha. There's a reason why that's such a famous term. There's a reason why people love watching Peyton Manning games, is because he will sit here and do all these audibles, do all this crazy stuff. It's like, wow, what's going to happen? Here's the problem with Peyton Manning, is that when you threw a defense out there that he didn't know, or disguise the defense, or whatever the case may be, or if he went up against a great defensive coordinator, which, fair be, a lot of great defensive coordinators will nullify quarterbacks, he will malfunction like a robot. The best example I can give you of this, oh my gosh, what's that? There's one. Matter of fact, here's a good one. Go look up the Saints Super Bowl. Go look up at that Saints Super Bowl. That defense shut down Peyton Manning. I get it. That Saints team was amazing. I'm not denying that. That Saints team was full of animals. I am not denying that. Or hell, even to a lesser experience. Go look up the Legion of Boom. Go look up what the Legion of Boom did to Peyton Manning. And keep in mind, people are going to say, well, that's the Legion of Boom, this, that, and third. Here's the thing, right? Two things. Number one, Peyton Manning was the MVP. I think he had the best offense that year. You had the best offense going up against the best defense. That should have not been a blowout. The way how that team literally read Peyton Manning like he was a manual, like he was a food menu at some restaurant somewhere, is utterly embarrassing. Hell, go look up that Bears Super Bowl, and all my Bears fans, TOP and all y'all, go look up that. Go look up that Super Bowl. And people look up the numbers. I think it was like 29-16 or something like that. That defense locked down Peyton Manning. The problem was Rex Grossman kept giving the ball back to them and throwing pick sixes and stuff like that. I think Peyton Manning threw a pick six to start off that game too. Peyton Manning was a very smart quarterback. The problem is he's so robotic. If he sees something that he doesn't recognize, he'll still go on with the play instead of audible to a run, or throw a check down to see where the safeties come up. Other than someone like a Tom Brady, like I mentioned the Super Bowl, like I mentioned the Legion of Boom, Tom Brady's smart. He might not be as smart as Peyton Manning, but what Tom Brady has over Peyton Manning is that he's able to roll with punches. He saw the Legion of Boom. Now, He saw the Legion of Boom, and he's like, okay, let's see what they're doing. Let me run the ball. Let me check down to Edelman and Wes Walker. Well, no, Wes Walker wasn't there. To Edelman and Gronk and who else? Why am I forgetting this other white boy's name? Chris Hogan. Let me not just throw it up to, but let me not throw in the double covers to try to test Richard Sherman or Browner or Earl Thomas or Cam Chancellor. That's the difference. The Peyton Manning syndrome is a very smart robotic quarterback. And how to beat robotic quarterbacks is to throw out defense, see what they like to do, see what they don't know. And someone like a Peyton Manning, he knows a lot. But trust me, if you can disguise the defense, or if you can throw something out there he doesn't know, you can get him. Once again, I implore everybody, go look up Peyton Manning's playoff record. Go look up Peyton Manning's playoff record, bro. And go look up some of the teams that he had. To end off this video, this dude will win like 12, 13 games, get bounced in the first round by like Phillip Rivers. It's embarrassing, but it is what it is. That's my thoughts. What are yours? RJ out.